just say 54. So much see something. Anyway, Shalom. I'm a Hebrew Israelite here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom and to speak about the upliftment of God's chosen people, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans according to the Bible. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Dash. Double honors to the apostles and elders that rule well. Salutation and much respect to Akim out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. All right? Now, basically, Israel, man, us as a people, speaking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? We're sick right now, man, all right? We need a healing from, and that healing is coming from Yahweh Shai, all right? The one who you ignorantly know as Jesus Christ, which that's not his name. His name is Yahweh Shai according to the Bible, all right? So what he's going to do is, what's that?
Where do I put your money?
No, there's no money. There's no money for this.
You're good.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good.
You're good.
Have a good night, all right? But, right, so Yahweh Shai, right, he came for the deliverance of Israel, all right? He came for the deliverance of the children of the Most High, okay? He didn't come for the whole earth, all right? Because we're the ones that need healing. Let me get Matthew 1 and 21. This is Matthew 1, verse 21, and it reads, "And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushua, for he shall save his people from their sins." All right, so he came to die on the cross to save us, the Israelites, from our sins. All right, because that's the reason why we went into slavery in the first place, man. All right, the reason we went into slavery is because we committed sin against the Most High. All right, we committed sin against Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. So what he did was he punished us, man. All right, just like if you have a son or a daughter, right, and they do something wrong, right, you punish them, right? So that's the same thing that the Lord did to us as his sons, man. All right, he put us into captivity under these devils, right? And then what he did was he made us forget who we were, okay? Right, to worship these other gods and call ourselves black and Latino and Puerto Rican, all these different bywords, and forget who we were. Okay, so this was the worst captivity that has ever been on the history of the earth. He did this to us, and this will be the last captivity. Okay, this will be the last captivity. But the reason he did it was so that we can get right, so that we can learn. We can learn from our mistakes. You see, this is Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15, and it reads, "But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee." All right, so all the curses, right, that are written in this book has overtaken us because of what? We went against the law, statute, and commandments. We did not hearken unto what he said. You see? If we were to hearken, when you read verse 1, we would have had all the blessings. You see? But that's coming anyway. But that's going to come only to the elect. Okay? Only the elect is going to inherit the blessings on this first go round. The 2/3 are going to have to be judged. All right? This is This is verse 16, and it reads, "Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field." All right? So everywhere Israelites are, all right, it's a cursed place. You see what I'm saying? It's the ghetto, it's the projects. You see? Why? Because of this curse that I'm reading right now. All right? Okay? And when you read all the way down, the only ones who fit these curses are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. There's no other nation on the planet Earth that fit these curses, man. All right? And it reads, "Cursed shall be thy basket in thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shall thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shall thou be when thou goest out." All right? "The Lord shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thine hand unto to do, until thou be destroyed, and until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me." You see? So anything that Israel puts their hand to do is not going to come to fruition, man. all right, as a whole. Yes, you might have some Israelites here and there that end up prospering, all right, but that's far and in between, man, all right, that's few far in between, all right. The wealth gap between the Edomites and the Israelites is huge, man. You see? The reason for that is because of what I'm reading right now, man. Because of what was put upon us. You see? The Most High made sure that we were in that low state. Okay? And it says, the Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until he hath consumed thee from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. Right? Hold on. What I want to do is I want to jump down to 30, because that's going to go directly into what happened in this transatlantic slave trade. All right? Deuteronomy 28 and 30 shows an explicit description of what was going on, man. All right? Let's get, this is 30. This is Deuteronomy 28 verse 30, and it reads, thou shalt betroth a wife, all right, and betroth means to engage, all right, to be engaged to a wife, all right, so you're going to be engaged to a wife, you see, and it says, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her, all right, so that happened during slavery, okay, you had these Edomites, these wicked Edomites, right, after Jacob would get married or whatever, jump the broom or whatever, the wicked Edomites, right, who owned the plantation or whatever, they would come in and they would rape your wife, man. All right, that's what these devils did, man. That's what these Edomites did, so-called white people, man. You see, they would do that right after you got married. So that's a lot that they have to pay for. But it's according to what the curses were. All right, and it says, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. So that's going into what? Slavery, man. All right? When we were in slavery, what do we do? We built up the houses, okay? We planted the fields, all right? But who was getting the benefits off of that? These Edomites. You see? That's what this curse was all about, okay? And it reads, verse 31, and it says, no, Salakia, verse 31, thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face, and shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them. All right, and some of these things that we're reading in these curses, this happened in the Babylonian Empire, happened in the Greek Empire, all right, and all these different captivities. But the bulk of it happened in this transatlantic slave trade, okay, this last captivity. You see, that's when the bulk of these curses came to fruition. All right, and it reads, verse 33. No, it's like in verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. So that's what happened. They were separating the families. You know, put your daughter in one plantation, put your son in another plantation. All right, put your wife in another plantation. Okay, so they were separating families. You see, so that's what it means when it says your sons will be given unto another people. Okay. And it shows you that in the movie 12 Years a Slave, okay? That was a very good movie, man. That movie I went to see, that must have been like three, 4 times in the theater, man, when it came out, man. That was a very good movie. It was pretty much, it was very expressive, okay? But in that movie, it illustrated that, man. There was one woman who, she was separated from her children, and she just wouldn't stop crying, man, to the point where this, like, Solomon just cursed her out, man, all right? Because he was starting to get annoyed at her crying all the time over her children. But she had the right to cry for that, man. You see, that's a terrible thing, man. To take some children from their mother, that's a terrible thing, all right? And it reads, Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thine hand. And that's what she was doing. She was longing for them. All right, she was longing to see her children. You see, because they were sent to another plantation. All right, so her whole life, right, she didn't see her children. You see, that's what these devils did, man. All right, that's what these Edomites are responsible for. Okay, and they have to pay for that, man. All right, they're not just gonna get to walk away from that, man. Oh, well, that's in the past. No. The Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushua requires that which is past. You see, everything has to have a judgment. Okay, and it says, verse 33, the fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. All right? When you go to like Jamaica and these different places where Israelites are, right? These other nations are reaping the benefits. Okay? These other nations are reaping the benefits, man. When you go to these places where Israelites live, okay? These different countries, these Brazil, all right? The favelas, man. That's where Israelite is, in the favelas, which is the ghetto, all right? In Brazil, all right? And all these different places. And who's reaping the benefits? Mostly Edomites. And if it's not Edomites, then it's going to be Moabites, all right, which are the so-called Chinese, all right, or it's going to be some other heathen nation. You see, the Elamites in the West Indies, a lot of things are owned by Elamites, which are East Indians. Okay, let's get it. It says, verse 34, so that thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes, which thou shalt see. The Lord shall smite thee in the knees and the legs with a sore botch that could not be healed from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. You see what I'm saying? So, in other words, we're sick as a nation, man. All right? Like I said in the beginning, we're sick. And Yahushua is going to come back with that healing, man. Okay? It's not going to be through getting the black dollar stronger, you know, building black banks and shit like that. Nah, man, it's going to be through Yahushua, man, our Lord and Savior. He's going to come and deliver us, man. All right? The Most High set up Yahushua, right, so that he can come and be the deliverer for Israel, man. That's what his name means. All right? He is the deliverer. Okay? And it says, verse 36, the Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, and there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. Thou shalt carry much seed out to the field, and shalt gather but little. All right? For the locust shall consume it. Thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shall neither drink of the wine, nor gather grapes, for the worm shall eat them. Thou shalt have olive trees throughout all thy coasts, but thou shalt not anoint thyself with the oil, for thy oil shall pass his fruit. All right? Thou shalt begot sons and daughters, and thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity, man. All right, so that's what happened, man. All right, we weren't able to enjoy. We're not able to enjoy our daughters and our sons now, man. All right, because we're still under captivity under these devils, man. All right, they really control what your children are indoctrinated with, man. You can't. It's really becoming illegal for you to homeschool your own children, man. All right, Esau wants them to be in school, all right? He wants them to get vaccinated. If they don't get vaccinated, they can't go to school. And if they don't go to school, they arrest you, man. So, in other words, your children don't belong to you in this kingdom, man. Okay? They belong to Esau, Edom, man. All right? And that's a fact. And if you don't believe me, then why don't you go tell them you're not getting no vaccinations, man? Your kid ain't getting no vaccinations. They're going to kick you out of the school, man. All right? And then if you can't go to school, if the kid can't go to school, they're going to arrest you for not putting your kid in school. All right? This is the system that we live in, man. All right, this is a wicked, oppressive, demonic system, man. All right, run by the so-called white man. You see? Let's think about that, man. If you don't put your kids in school, they're gonna arrest you. What kind of shit is that, man? All right, because they want to indoctrinate your kids, man. All right, and then on top of that, they want to poison them with vaccines, man. You see? So, like I said, man, your children don't even belong to you in this kingdom, man. They belong to the so-called white man. And it says, continue down, it says, all thy trees of thy fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. All right? And that's speaking about all the heathen, man. When they come to your neighborhood, they're the ones that own the shops, man. Right? Whether it be the Goose, whether it be the Elamites, all right, or Ishmael, all right? They're the ones who own the shop, all right? That's what it means when it says the heathen shall get up above thee very high, man. All right? Let's continue. And it says, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. All right? So you talk about owning banks, all right? Black-owned banks and all this stuff, man. All right? But that's not going to help, because who's printing the money, man? These devils, man. So you got to get the money from them anyway, man. All right? And in order for you to own a bank, right, or to have enough money to get a bank, you got to borrow money to begin with, man, which is going to come with interest. All right. So in other words, you're still paying them, man. They're still getting the benefits, man. Not you. They're getting the benefits. All right. And it says, moreover, all these curses, right? Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy power to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder upon thy seed forever, man. So this would be a sign of who the Israelites were. All these curses that I'm reading, man. So it's undeniable, man, that we are the Israelites. It's undeniable. You see? This wasn't by chance that the Most High put this in the scriptures. All right? He put this in the scriptures to be a sign of who the Israelites would be in the last days, man. Okay? Because he knew that the Most High, right? He knew that these Edomites were going to steal our identity and go into our land, man. All right? He knew that. Okay? So what he did was he set up a sign in the scriptures to say, okay, this is the Israelites. This is what they would be doing. All right? This is what would happen to them. They would go into slavery under the so-called white man. All right? Right? He shall be the head, they shall be the tail. All that. Okay? So that was a sign, man. But even if we show that to 2/3, they ain't going to get it, man. Because the Most High didn't open their mind to get it. See, the Most High has to be dealing with you to really understand that. All right? If the Most High is not dealing with you or working with you, you're not going to be able to understand this. Okay? So let's get Habakkuk the second chapter. Because how are we going to get out of this condition? All right? A lot of Israelites are wondering how we're going to get out of the condition. We're going to get out of this condition through Yahushua, man. All right? Yahushua HaMashiach is going to deliver us from this situation. You see? This is Malachi 2 verse 4. Salakia, Malachi 4 verse 2. And it reads, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness, right, which the Son of Righteousness is Yahushua, okay, arise with healing in his wings. All right, so he's going to heal us, man. Okay, he's going to heal us from this condition that we're in, man. All right, Yahushua is going to heal us, the Son of Righteousness. You see, and it says, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall. All right, so in other words, we're going to grow, man. We're going to be able to flourish, man. Okay, under Yahushua. You see. So this is what the salvation is, man. All right, the salvation is not trying to open a business in this place, man. All right, the salvation is waiting upon Yahushua to come and deliver us from this place. You see, because when He comes, that's when everything is gonna come in the right order. Everything's gonna come in the right side up. All right, because everything's upside down right now. All right, let's get Revelations, the 19th chapter, man. All right. This is Revelations 19. I'll start at verse. This is Revelations 19 and 11, and it reads, "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True." That's speaking about Yahushua our Lord, man. All right, He's gonna come in that chariot. It speaks about the white horse, speaking about the chariot. All right, which the horse represents power. You see, He's gonna come with that power in the chariot. All right, and it says, And in righteousness, He doth judge and make war. Who is He going to make war with, man? He's going to make war with these heathen nations, man. All right, starting with the so-called white man. All right, he's the number one person that's going to be made war against, man. All these so-called white people, these Edomites. All right, they're going to be the ones that Yahushua is going to make war with. Okay, and that's pursuant to what's that? Isaiah 63. All right. Matter of fact, I'll get that after this. But that's who He's making war with, because that's the top enemy, man. All right. Forget about, you got Jakes that, Jakes are wicked. All right. There's two-thirds Jakes. They're wicked. They're the enemy too, man. All right. But these heathens, they're the enemies as well. But the top enemy of the nation of Israel, man, all right, is the Edomites, and it's always been the Edomites. Okay. They were the first nation to rise up against us, man. All right, when we came out of Egypt. All right, when we were just trying to go through peacefully, man. These devils were the first one to rise up against us, man. All right, I'm speaking to you, man. All right, these devils were the first one to rise up against us. You see? So we're out here proclaiming the fact that they're Edomites and we're Israelites, right? So that you Israelites can know who your enemy is. All right. Let me read that from the top, man. "And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon it was faithful and true, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself," man. And what that many crowns is him taking on all these different nations, man. Starting with the nation of Edom, starting with the Edomites. Okay. There's a reason why Esau is mentioned so much in the Bible, man. Because he's the top enemy to the Most High and His people, man, which is us. Okay? You Jakes, you Israelites, wondering why you're getting shot down in the street, right, with your hands up, right? Just had a situation happen in New York, man. The guy came out of the car. They said, "Come out with your hands up." He came out with his hands up, and they riddled the car with bullets, man. All right? But the Most High had mercy on him, because none of the bullets hit him, man. All right? You see? But that's your enemy, man. That's because the so-called white man is your enemy, man. All right? Which are Edomites according to the Bible, man. And you have to understand that. This is, let me continue. This is verse 12. "His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his heads were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew, but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood." All right, and that blood is what symbolic for the death that He's going to bring to these other nations, man. Starting with the Edomites, okay? Because like I said, He's coming to make war with them, man. He's not coming to play with them, man. All right, you see what they did to His people? He's not coming to play with you. All right, He's coming to make war. All right, and Esau knows that those chariots, those so-called UFOs exist, man. All right, which are the chariots of Israel, man. Especially people in the military, all right? They see that all the time, all right? But that's going to be the main battle they're going to have to face, man. All right? Forget about Russia. That's going to be the battle they can't win. All right? Let's continue. It says, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is the word of the Most High. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, which are the chariots, which they call UFOs, all right, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, right? And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and
I feel like I can't go out tonight.
right? He shall rule them with a rod of iron. It's like, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty power, and he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. All right, so that's Yahushua. He's coming back to make war with these Edomites. Started with these Edomites. All right, but he's going to take out all the rest of these nations as well. All right, that's where our salvation is going to come, man. All right, it's not going to come through building no banks and investing in land and all that. That's not going to save you, man. Because who's above that? Who's running it? All right? These Edomites will take... If you buy a plot of land, man, and the so-called white man finds out that there's oil on that land or anything, he'll do anything, man, to get that land from you, man. He'll make up a law right there and then to get that land from you. You see? So under the system of white supremacy, you cannot try and build up a nation, man. All right? This man must go down first. All right? Let's get what's that? Isaiah 63, man, which shows who Yahushua is coming for first and foremost, man. This is Isaiah 63:1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. So, we know when you read the scriptures, man, that Edom is a main enemy to the Most High. All right? And his people. So wouldn't they try and figure out who the Edomites are today? Like, wouldn't they try and, do a documentary to say, who are the Edomites, man? All right? Who is this nation that the Most High hates so much? All right? You have to ask yourself, why aren't they doing anything on it? Why aren't they doing any documentaries on that or going deep into that? Because if they really go deep into it, the truth will be found out that they are the Edomites, man. Okay? Going back to the Greek Empire and the Roman Empire, that was Edomites, man. Okay? That were calling themselves Greeks, calling themselves Romans. Okay? Because that's what Esau does. All right? He likes to change his name. All right? The original Greeks were really the Japhetic people, man. The Grecians, the original Grecians were Japhetic. All right? A totally different nation. But what Esau does is he takes on other people's names, other people's histories. See? That's what he's doing right now in the land of Israel, man. He's claiming, right, to be the descendants of Jacob, man, when they're not the descendants of Jacob. Okay? You see? So when it's speaking about Esau and Edom, that's a very important person in the scriptures, man. It's a very significant character, man. He's really the top villain in the scriptures. Okay? Let's continue. It says, wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me. For I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garment, and I will stain all my raiment. This is speaking about Yahushua, man. All right, our Lord. He's going to come back and make war. All right, he's coming back to make war with these heathens, man. All right, starting with the Edomites, man. Okay? So when it speak about his vesture being dipped in blood, it's symbolic for the amount of killing that he's going to do when he comes back. All right? Because he's going to, first of all, he's going to obliterate these armies. All right? That's in the second Ezra, right? The 13th chapter. He's going to obliterate these armies. And then we're going to go around, the elect is going to go around with Yahushua, capturing and enslaving all these other nations. All right? That's judgment, man. All right? That's what the balance of the earth is going to be, man. Us in rulership, man. Okay? Because there's not going to be no, you're looking for a peace on earth and you know, a utopia. You can never get that under the so-called white. All right? You're going to get only the opposite. It's only going to start, it's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. All right? Why? Because it's the wicked. Right? When the wicked is ruling, you're not going to get anything good coming out of that. You're only going to get depression, oppression, all right, wickedness, greed, all right. Let's get Proverbs, man. That's in Proverbs 29. This is Proverbs 29 and 2, and it says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn." So you can clearly see that around the world, the people are mourning right now, man. All right. Even people with money are mourning, man. People who have millionaires and shit like that, they're jumping out of buildings, man. Okay? Committing suicide, man. All right? Because the vibration on this earth right now is mourning, man. Is depression. All right? The reason why is because these Edomites are ruling, right? If there was a righteous ruler, then there wouldn't be that. But these Edomites are villains in a rulership position. Okay? You see? So this is why there's so much third world countries on the planet, man. There never used to be third world countries before, man. Right? You always had rich, middle class, and poor people, but there wasn't no poor countries, poor nations. You see? A whole nation is poor. You see? A whole continent is third world. That's ridiculous, man. That's because of the greed and the wickedness and thievery of these Edomites, the so-called white people, man. All right? And the reason they're mad is because we're calling them out on it, man. We're telling them to their face that they're the wicked, man. All right? Let me read that again. This is Proverbs 29 and verse 2. And it reads, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice." Right? So the people are going to rejoice when we're in authority, man. Okay? But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And that's what's happening right now. These people are in mourning. Okay? You go all around the earth, man. There's a vibration of depression, man. Right? A brother just brought up an article that he read or something that said about 80% of children are depressed, man. Right? So that's not a laughing matter, man. That's not something to be happy about. Children are depressed, man. Wanting to commit suicide, man. All right? That's sick. Okay? But to these Edomites, that's not a big deal. That's not a big issue, man. That's nothing. All right? But that's terrible, man. What's going on, man? That's what nice haircut, man. Nice haircut.
I know, I like that.
Yeah, man. All right? So you know, so to them, they're to Esau, that's not a big deal, man. But that is a big deal. All right? That shows you that's under a wicked vibration. Okay? And that those rulers that are ruling right now are not fit to be rulers. They're not supposed to be in the power seat. Okay? But the Most High put them in that power seat for a certain period of time, right? To show us how not to be, man. Okay? What he's gonna do though is he's gonna kick them off the power seat. Right? Start with Yahushua and then the elect, and then the rest of Israel, man. We're gonna go on the power seat. You see? Let's get Job 9 and 24. This is Job 9, verse 24. And it reads, "The earth is given into the hand, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" All right, so the earth was given into the hand of the wicked by who? By Yahushua. By Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay? He gave the earth into the hands of the wicked. which really Yahushua had the key to the bottomless pit. So yeah, you know what I mean? You could say that too, right? Ultimately, it was Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. You see what I'm saying? So what he did was he gave the earth into the hands of the wicked for a certain period of time, man. And that's what we're living in right now. This is what you're seeing, okay? And that's why Esau is promoting all this wickedness, because that's his spirit, all right? He's promoting this homosexuality agenda, man, right? He gives them little cities, little towns within his city, okay? Gives them rights and all this, right? But really promotes it to children, okay? They'll take a child they'll take your child from you, right? If let's say if you discipline your child and they find out that you gave them a belt or whatever, right? They'll take the child from you and give them to a homosexual couple, man. All right? So that's wickedness, man. This is the society that you're living in, under the wicked, okay? But the wicked was put there for a reason, man. Esau wasn't put there to be righteous. He wasn't put there to make the earth flourish. No, that's what we're here for, okay? But Esau was put here to bring the earth into destruction, all right? Let's get Proverbs 16. This is Proverbs 16 and verse 4. The Lord hath created all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil, man. So he created the wicked for the time of evil, all right? And that's the time that we're getting to. We're about to come into that time, all right? The reason why we're speaking about Esau all the time is because Esau needs to be exposed. This is his time of being exposed, okay? All right? And ultimately, that's going to allow him, that's going to make him want to take us off the streets, all right? Because why? He's going to say, to hell with the First Amendment, to hell with freedom of speech, okay? Because he knows that by him being exposed and people finding out who he is, the tables are going to turn spiritually, man, all right? And that's what he doesn't want, all right? You see? Let's get, matter of fact, what's that? Isaiah 50. Isaiah 60, verse 1. And it says, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. Right? It's risen upon us, man. We're out here pushing that light, okay? And in the midst of all this wickedness, in the midst of all this darkness. For behold, the darkness shall cover the whole earth. All right? Shall cover the earth, and gross darkness to people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. All right? And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. All right? So people are starting to wake up to this truth through us pushing this word out, through us pushing this light out. All right? And Esau doesn't want that, because he knows once that 144,000 is sealed,